Now I'd like to cover the second level spa facial rejuvenation program. In the level 1 training, I covered the serum and the cream, but there's actually 2 4-step programs when we talk about spa rejuvenation. Now the spas are really a revolution of what's happened over the past 5 to 10 years. People are spending a lot of money in spas trying to get better treatment for anti-aging facial programs. There are many individuals that are young that are going to spas under the age of 25. Those individuals are not interested in anti-aging products. They simply want the basics. So we have a program that we call the 4 Basics. And the first thing that needs to happen is to cleanse. So the cleansing product comes in a bottle like this, as is the next step, the toner, kind of a tall, thin bottle. And what we decided to do for this is to make it a foam. And the foam is very unique, actually. We had to buy a European container, and it comes across like a shaving foam. Very nice to use. In fact, for the guys, it's a perfect shaving tool. And you can even use it as a shower gel. So this facial cleanser, again, is preservative-free, as of all our products, because we use the Nutra OPA preservative in all our products, which means that really they're preservative-free, because that adds to the enhancement of the product. With all this spa products, we actually, by adding the Nutra OPA, we help keep out the bacteria, and we rejuvenate the face with the Nutra OPA. And again, in all our products, we don't use any synthetic colorings as well, or fragrances. There's a little bit of aromatherapy in here, essential oils, but not enough to be irritant or provide a fragrance. So that's our philosophy. Just keep it very simple, very clean, but effective. And the second step in the program, in a similar bottle to that, is a toner. Now, a toner is a product that often does have chemicals in it. Ours is made strictly from essential oils. And the toner helps to draw the pores together as an astringent, so that the face has a smoother feel to it. And most men don't use a toner, but that's what a toner does. In addition to giving a second level training and going into more detail on these facial products, I also want to talk about some of the practical applications of how they can be shipped to other countries. In North America, we want to make the product. We want to fill it, we want to ball it, we want to mix it, and we want to ship it. However, we've been talking to people around the world in other countries, and certainly Mexico and India and the Pacific Rim. It's very expensive to ship. And as a result, we've developed methods of sending over concentrates. So the cleanser, as an example, and the toner can be sent in concentrates. Now, the cleanser can be sent in a 1:5 concentrate. So we can ship, for example, over 20 liters, which will make 100 cleansers, because each cleanser is 200 milliliters. And one 20-liter drum, if you mix it with 4 other 20-liter containers, you wind up with 100 liters of product, and that'll make 500 individual cleansers. So that way we can save a lot on shipping. So in addition to being a world-class product, both the cleanser and the toner, we're able to ship it in concentrates, which makes it very affordable for anyone, anywhere in the world. Now, the third step of what we call the basic program, which is, again, suitable for everyone of all ages, even young people under the age of 25, because we're not focusing on anti-aging, is the cleanser, the toner, and then exfoliation. Now, exfoliation is a method of removing surface dead skin. It sort of provides a sloughing off effect, and most exfoliants have a little bit of roughage in the skin, in the product. And the exfoliant comes in a jar like this, sort of an open-ended jar, and you exfoliate over the skin, kind of rubbing it in, and you do have to be careful. Some exfoliants use things like bits of nut shell and seeds and things, and we're rather concerned about that. We use a very gentle exfoliant that we believe does not harm the skin. And so that's kind of a cleansing. Step 3 is sort of a cleansing aspect to it. Unfortunately, we're not able to send that overseas in a concentrate. Any of our creams we have to make and ship as they are, not in a concentrate. And then the final step, we have the cleanser, the toner, the exfoliant, is a moisturizer. Now, the moisturizer, again, which comes in a jar similar to this, a little bit larger, and the moisturizer is obviously to bring moisture to the skin. It also will protect the skin. Now, our moisturizer is more than moisturizer. It's actually a rejuvenator for the skin. And I just want to comment quickly on our moisturizer and our facial cream. They both use as a base a natural plant sulfur. And this natural plant sulfur is called MSM, methylsulfonylmethane. It's found in plants. Everything we do is plant source. And it's really, what we're really doing is plant therapeutics. And we're taking natural chemicals from plants, concentrated plant extracts for rejuvenation both inside the body and facially. So this natural plant sulfur is found throughout the body. And the advantage of this product from plants is it has a small molecule. Any molecule under 300 is really pretty small. And sometimes we see companies get excited about adding large molecules to their products, like coconut oil and various types of oils and things. But most of those oils don't really absorb through the skin. We use as a base of our creams the small molecule. It's about 67 the molecule of this plant sulfur, and we combine that with a little trace of lavender oil from England, because we've been importing aromatherapy since 1979, and a little bit of sunflower oil. Sometimes we use just a little bit of safflower, but mainly sunflower oil. And those three ingredients act as our base. So in order to have outstanding cream of any type, and now we're talking about the moisturizing cream, but the same applies for the facial cream, two things need to happen. The first is fast absorption, and the second is having nutraceuticals in the product. Now, with the moisturizing cream, there aren't many nutraceuticals in the product. That's why it's about half the price of the anti-aging or repair cream. So that's the four-step basic program: cleanser, toner, exfoliant, and moisturizer. And that's a very profound facial program. However, there's more. What you're doing there is you're really cleaning the skin, protecting it, moisturizing it, a little bit of cleansing, but there isn't much repair going on. It's not really repairing the skin. Now, when you're over 30, 35, 40, you want to actually reverse the aging and have repair. And the two main products for that we've always sold that are very, very popular is the facial serum, which I co-formulated with Peter Lamas from Hollywood, and the facial cream. Now, we believe we have the best facial cream in the world because not only does it have this MSM natural plant sulfur base that's quickly absorbed, and when you're training other people, it's very important you're able to explain that about the small molecule size. Because that's one of the two reasons why we believe our products are the best in the world in terms of creams and serum. One is the small molecule size for fast absorption. The second reason is that we load it with high-potency nutraceuticals. See, if we just took a cream that was mediocre quality and we loaded it with high-potency nutraceuticals. Nutraceutical is a fancy word for concentrated nutrients such as vitamin A, DMAE, C ester, and so on. If we simply loaded it with nutraceuticals, that wouldn't be enough. Because what if they stayed on the surface of the skin? We actually have to penetrate the skin. And so it's the combination of having the high-potency nutraceuticals with the fast absorption. Now, the cream achieves this, and it has, at the time of manufacture, 100,000 units of vitamin A, which is another important point in your training. We don't give away our formula, but we do talk about vitamin A because often people like a number. So we say, fine, 100,000 units per ounce of vitamin A in the cream. And we double that in the serum. And a key question that's going to come up in your training that you want your students to know is what's the difference between the serum and the cream? And why is the serum approximately the same cost or more for a smaller bottle? The reason is twofold. One is we use more of the nutraceuticals, such as the vitamin A is double the concentration, 200,000 units per ounce at the time of manufacture. And we also use a rosehip oil base. The rosehip oil base in itself is very expensive. Some spas sell rosehip oil alone, and it's quite expensive. We believe in synergy that if you have 4 or 5 main ingredients working together, it's more effective than one. We don't believe in having like 20 active ingredients in a cream because each ingredient probably wouldn't be a high potency enough to be effective. But we don't believe in only having one major ingredient, because if you only had one major ingredient, such as vitamin C or coenzyme Q or DMAE, etc., what if that one ingredient didn't really work well for one type of skin type? Well, then the cream would be ineffective. By using 4 or 5 main ingredients, of which I've already said, we're able to rejuvenate all types of skin type with simply just 2 or 3 products. Now, the first product in the series, again, of the Repair Anti-Aging Spa program is the serum with the rosehip oil base and the high-potency vitamin A. This is generally used before the skin cream. We believe there's about 1 in 200 people that have very, very sensitive skin, that if they have never used a high-potency serum like this, if they suddenly use a lot of it on their face, may have a mild reaction. That's happened to a few individuals, as we've supplied many individuals over the years. Now, in that case, they just need to use less. So if somebody has a sensitive skin type and you get a question like, can someone use it? Say yes, use it very little, and just try one side of the face the first day. If it's okay, just gradually increase. For that rare individual that has very extra sensitive skin, they can use the cream first because it'll buffer the serum. We don't apologize for the fact that the serum is very powerful and there could be the odd rare person that could have a mild reaction to it. Because if we make it weak, then it's not going to be effective. The analogy I use is like weights in a gym. In a gym, if you only had 5-pound weights, which means almost anyone could go in and lift them and never overuse a muscle, then you wouldn't really develop a clientele with very strong muscles. So, but if you only had 200-pound weights, some people would go in, lift it, and twist a muscle. So again, these are powerful products that need to be used with a little bit of caution. Not a lot of caution, but just a little bit of respect. So we start with the serum, and then after use the cream. Now the cream has a water base, which makes it less expensive. So instead of using rosehip oil as a base, we use water. And it's kind of fluffy, and it will in fact absorb quickly, and it will protect the skin over a period of time. So it's kind of like a time release. Now, the other product that we've developed is a trace mineral spray using plant minerals. Later on, when I talk about whole foods, I'll talk about the importance of plant minerals. There's minerals and plant minerals. So most companies today want to produce their own minerals because it's very expensive to mine plant minerals out of the soil. And that's kind of a long explanation that I'll go into a little bit later, and I covered a bit already. But those plant minerals are 0.5 microns that will absorb right into the skin, and they have a negative charge. We're the only company in the world that we know that has taken plant minerals, put them in a spray form, and combined it with just a little bit of aromatherapy. This product is good for everyone in all climates, but for anybody in a desert area, I suggest carrying it with you and using it 2 or 3 times a day. One of the interesting things about this, we call it a hydra mist, a hydrating mist, or a hydrating mineral mist. Hydrating just means moisturizing the skin. One of the very interesting things about it is if you apply this before you put on makeup, if you're a woman, you wear makeup, it will help to set the makeup. By setting the makeup, it means, let's say you're putting your makeup on at 8 in the morning. Instead of having to reapply it, perhaps at 12 noon, you wouldn't have to reapply it maybe until 3 or 4 in the afternoon. It'll extend the life of the makeup. It helps to set the makeup. So step 3 is this hydrating mineral mist. And so just to review the steps again, we've got the serum, we have the anti-aging cream, and we have the hydra mist. That 3-step program is what we call our anti-aging repair spa program. Now, we also do have an eye cream, and the question has come up, and you need to answer this. Why is it that you have an eye cream if the serum can be applied around the eyes? Well, technically speaking, we don't have to have an eye cream, but we have an eye cream because some individuals are extremely sensitive around their eyes, and therefore we have an eye cream. And the eye cream, some people just prefer a cream than the serum, and also the eye cream is a little bit less expensive. Now, that is the 4-step anti-aging program, or the 3-step anti-aging program plus the eye cream, which is kind of optional. There are other products that we've manufactured, such as masks, that can be used, but that's the essence of the SPA program.